Hi guys, we're going to take a look today at what if Eddie Howe managed Arsenal. Obviously running Football Manager 2017, and as you can see here, Eddie Howe comes top of the league with 93 points, an incredible record, and he only lost one game, which was away at White Hart Lane. That would have stung, but Eddie Howe winning the league by a distance as well, and the final game of the season signing off with a 2-1 win at the Etihad Stadium. So a great result for Eddie Howe as Arsenal manager, the best we've seen so far in the league out of all the gaffers we've put in charge at Arsenal. In terms of the goals, no Arsenal goal scorers there in the top three. Average rating, likewise, no Arsenal player. In assists, Mesut Ozil comes second with 14. Gylfi Sigurdsson actually with 17 is a monstrous number, and Swansea still get relegated. Ozil third with 7 player of the match awards behind Luke Shaw and Juan Mata, and Petr Cech there with 16 clean sheets, some ways behind David De Gea with 20 though. So let's have a little look at Arsenal and the transfers that Eddie Howe made. And he's brought in Kenny Tete from Ajax and Luan from Brazil. Luan is a popular... Who wants him actually? Dortmund interested in taking him. But he got 12 goals and 4 assists and 25 starts. He's a popular transfer. A couple of the managers we've had a look at so far have brought him in. But Kenny Tete hasn't come in before, and he's done pretty poorly. He's hardly played any games. He's not put in a good shift when he has played. And so far you've got to say a waste of money from Eddie Howe there. And he also sold Gabriel to China. 180 grand he's getting. 10 million fees okay. And his tactics, 4-4-2. Flat 4-4-2 there from Eddie Howe. Lauren Koscielny, 54 starts for Lauren Koscielny. Clearly the key man for Eddie Howe. And then it's Alexis and Petr Cech, Monreal, Giroud, Bellerin, Mustafi, Ozil. A clear... till we get down to Xhaka there, who's a little drop off at 19. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's a clear 12, and then there's a couple more who play a couple of games there. Danny Welbeck not getting very many games. Oxlade-Chamberlain though does get 35 starts, which is good. He's one of those ones that's interesting. Some of the gaffers seem to use him quite a bit, and some of the gaffers seem to completely ignore him actually. In terms of goals, Giroud leading the way with 22, then bringing up the rear Sanchez, Luan with 18 and 17, and then Oxlade-Chamberlain with 10, the only other player to breach double figures. But not bad, 4 players chipping in there with quite a few goals, and then you've got 7 from Ramsey, 6 Walcott, 6 Lucas, 5 Iwobi. So a couple of goals being chipped in from a lot of players. In terms of the average rating, Ozil leading the way again with 7.71. Then it's actually Mertesacker who did get 10 starts. Then Koscielny and Alexis, Monreal, Mustafi, Bellerin. So a lot of the players, and Cech doing pretty well too. So a lot of the players doing pretty well for Eddie Howe. And if we take a little look at the schedule here, looking at the Champions League, we've got the away victory. Interestingly actually, that loss at White Hart Lane came in September. So since September they went undefeated. That's pretty crazy. They won away at Lyon, and then they had a home win over Bayern. One away at Besiktas. One at home to Besiktas, one at home to Lyon, and then one away at Bayern. So he won every single game in the group stage of the Champions League, including home and away victories over Bayern Munich. Ludicrous. He did lose the EFL quarter-final against Southampton there, having beaten Bournemouth and Swansea in previous rounds. So we come now to the FA Cup. 4-0 victory away at Sheffield United, followed up with a 3-1 victory at home to Norwich. Then we have the Champions League, 2-0 away in Spain against Villarreal, and then a 2-1 victory at home to Villarreal, and they won on penalties at the Emirates Stadium against Man City in the 6th round of the FA Cup. Then we get the Champions League quarter-final where he draws Bayern, and they win 1-0. Who gets the goal in that one, interestingly? Giroud, with a goal in a 1-0 victory over Bayern, giving them a real chance to go to the Allianz and get something. But they go and lose 3-1. Giroud with the early goal, but then a Lewandowski double and a late goal from Vidal does dump them, and Koscielny gets sent off. So a lot of defeats to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Really, it's actually scary how haunted Arsenal seem to be by Bayern Munich. In this game we've given a lot of different gaffers, and a lot of them seem to go out to Bayern Munich. Eddie Howe here even beat them twice in the group stage and still goes out to them in the quarter-final there. So next, they're at Wembley, 2-0 victory over Watford. Kieran Gibbs and Reece Nelson, actually, it looks like a heavily rotated team there from them, but they still win. They go through to the final of the FA Cup, which they lose to Chelsea after extra time. John Terry having been sent off in the 28th minute. That's really, really poor from them. Eddie Howe's got to be disappointed by that one. Only getting one trophy actually, so he's by far done the best in the league, but I believe it was Luis Enrique who actually won the double. So as I say, just a little bit of fun these videos, and we've done a couple more. There's a playlist with a lot of the these on it, and there's going to be more coming. I'm going to take a look at how Claudio Ranieri would get on. I'm going to take a little look at. I heard somebody on a phone in the other day actually saying, why doesn't Big Sam ever get a chance at one of these jobs, which personally I find a laughable prospect. But I am going to give Big Sam a chance and see how he gets on. As well as Brendan Rodgers from Celtic. I'm going to put him in and see how he gets on as well. But there's a couple of videos to take a look at so far. We've done it with Max Allegri, done it with Diego Simeone, Luis Enrique. Is there one more? There might be one more so far. I don't know, but there's a couple, so just take a little look at them. It's interesting just to see how these different gaffers play, who they buy, who the star players are. But that's going to be it for this one, and look out for that next one is going to be Brendan Rodgers, I think. Cheers.